Ladies and gentlemen, I'll welcome you to the brand new Grand Deej Den. And got a cool ass game for y'all. It's been a little bit. I'm glad for all y'all's patience because this is an absolute banger of a game. Nuts game I had about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's just crazy. I've been having a lot of weird games lately. I got a whole bunch of replays stacking up of weird stuff. Just gotta have the time to show it all. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the game itself. So this game happened on the map Hidden Edge, which is actually currently still in the map rotation for Global League. It's not many people know what they're doing on this map, myself included. I kind of just improvise as I go. This map has a lot of potential. It's very dynamic and go a whole multitude of different ways. First off, it's just a standard 2 base versus 1 base and airport map with the comm tower straight in the middle. Typically the 2 base side will overrun the 1 base side in most games and eventually control the comm tower as well. So if you're on the 1 base side, don't try to go for the comm tower on your opponent's strong side. It's pretty futile because they'll eventually get it unless you're playing with someone who's 200 rating below you or some crap like that. But just the comm tower is a noob trap. Just go for your strong comm tower. Don't try to go for both comm towers. Another thing about this map, the center is really wide open and tons of shoals and roads, but also a lot of forests. So recons are really good on this map. They can just move around and get places within 1 to 2 turns. Vision is key. There's no mountains in the middle, so you kind of need recons to see what's going on in the middle. So recons are a must on this map, which is I like it for that one reason. Artillery actually pretty good on this map as well, especially on your strong side. Typically I get a strong side artillery, plop it in this forest over here, make sure I ensure the comm tower. If they're stupid and try to interrupt it, I just blast them to smithereens. Then after I'd like to plant it in one of these forests over here, maybe even 2 artillery in this forest, lock down these cities. Eventually make a slow push on your opponent's weak side with artillery. And if you're lucky, you can base lock them with the artillery. Don't typically build artillery on the weak side, however, because there's no real forest to hide them in where they can be very effective. And you're not going to have enough infantry to create the necessary infantry walls either. I mean, you could build an artillery and plant it here and try to hold down this city for longer that your opponent's going to take eventually, but typically you want to go artillery heavy on the top side, or strong side rather. You can also plop in these 4 groups right there. You can just plop artillery in there. It's kind of hard to discover them because you need to have vision on 2 sides. So if let's say you have control of all 4 of these, they're going to need to have the road here and the road here to attack your artillery because they can't get access to it in these other forests. So once the artillery is hidden in the forest, it's kind of hard to dislodge them or damage them even. So also battlecopters aren't phenomenal on this map. They're halfway decent. Typically your opponent's going to overrun your airport side anyway, so I mean they're decent, but Drake's a fine pick on this map. I almost considered using Drake instead of Andy on this map, but Andy seems to be just the most, well-rounded. Lash sucks because so many roads and shoals and whatnot. And Kindle's alright too, but I'm not much of a Kindle player, so I thought Andy was a good pick on this map. But yeah, so you typically want to overrun your opponent's 1 base side, or you just want to take control of the center. Those are basically the 2 ways you can win. I typically go for the center approach because that's a little more, tried and proven. Just get income advantage by winning the center of these properties. And hopefully your 1 base side will survive. As long as you don't overextend and try to fight for the comm tower and give away all your units early. You want to, build up your forces and try to hold down the fort as long as possible to your opponent's strong side, rather than overextend and get slaughtered and make it that much easier for your opponent. So yeah, artillery are great, recons are great. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting map. Like I said, you want to either go over and destroy your opponent's 1 base side or take control of the center. That's basically what your MO is in any of these games. Now let's talk about my opponent. So my opponent for this match is a guy named Fyram. Personally, when I hear this name, I think immediately of this really big CEO guy who's Hubert, gather all the interns into the conference room and fire 'em. He's just this big CEO guy being fire 'em. Personally, when I hear the name. But this guy, by the way, aside from that tangent, is a really good player. I'd say he's one of the 3 most improved players in Fog in the past few months. Conte, Fyram, and Starflash 200 and something or other have increased their Fog numbers by 200 points. They both have huge strides. And Fyram actually credits me for some of his improvements, so I was a little flattered by that. He's a 1400 player now. He used to be 1100 when I first played him a few months ago. He's come a long way. He is very strong right now. He likes Andy. I knew that about him, which is kind of why I didn't pick Drake for this map. because I thought he was going to pick Andy instead of Kindle. If someone picked Kindle for this map, I would 100% choose Drake. But sensing an Andy, I chose Andy to be safe. So he's a very strong player. I've played him before. I've lost him before. I've beat him before. So he's a competent player for sure. Anyway, so let's get on to that game. But one last thing I keep forgetting. I want to give a huge shout out to Demon Hunter again. He's fixed this thing even more. He made the numbers larger so you can see the numbers on the damaged units. So yeah, give him a shout out. He's an awesome dude. He welcomes input. I was like, hey man, can you make the numbers larger? Just like that, did that for me. Did it for the Mac, did everything. Huge shout out to the dude. He's awesome. Anyway, let's get into this nutty ass game. So on player 1, we start off with typical infantry stuff. You go for the base first. Like I look like I'm capping the city, but I'm actually going for the base, Is what it is. I typically gather this back base. It's the safe one, and then I move forward for this one. Try to get this property early before the opponent can stop you with like a recon or whatnot. You could go for this one, but I typically go for that one. As you'll see, like you got to be wary of an early recon like I made here. Like this recon's going to try to interrupt these caps right here. So you're not going to get these 2 caps. You're going to get one of them probably, like this one right here. And then what I like to do is I cap this, and then I run to the north and try to capture these properties. You try to get that, you're dead. Try to get that, you're dead. You can retreat, but that's kind of useless. So I like to take it and vamonos. So I think he has the same idea as well. And he builds a tank instead of recon. He's not playing games. He's going Tordred tank style in this match. So I bring my recon in. I think I build an artillery this turn just because it feels really natural. Actually, no, I don't think I have enough funds for that. Oh, I base skip. Nope, I'm not a bad boy. I'm a great boy. I'm a darling boy. Yeah, I love artillery on this map. Especially on the strong side, like I said earlier. Don't build it on the weak side. I think I actually do build one on the weak side because I was like, I didn't have enough money. But yeah, tanks are good, but like, see, imagine trying to get this comm tower with when you're in early infantry, like, hook, dead. No chance in hell. Builds a recon after the tank. A little curious, but I guess he wants to send it to the middle, interrupt some stuff. Because if he had a recon here, he might be able to spot this infantry before it can vamoose. So yep, you're not getting that property right there. Like I said, you're getting one of the 2 in most games. Maybe if your opponent sucks and they go heavy on their weak side or something, then you might get it. But like, expect early tanks, expect early recons. Vamonosing to the north over here. Get my artillery because I had the exact amount of funds. Whatever. I had the idea of planting it here and preventing him from taking that property. That was basically the whole goal of that artillery. Let's bring in his recon and his tank down here. He's not really going in the middle as much as I am. I think I'm a little more aggressive towards the middle. See, now I can grab one of these 2. If he wants to interrupt that, have at it. My artillery is literally going to cover it. I could have put in the forest over here, but I was feeling ballsy. I just knew that he didn't really have anything, and I wanted to transition this artillery to the middle rather than back here. If I put it back here, it would take 2 turns to get in one of those forests, so I decided to be ballsy with it. I think I built a tank anyway this turn, just to be like, if you do attack my artillery, I'm going to blast you with a tank. So everything's going, pretty normal. Nothing out of the ordinary. The mountains are pretty good for vision in these areas over here. As you can see, it covers a lot of area, although there's a lot of forest, so even if you have vision, you don't really have vision of everything. You can hide an anti-air there, you can hide tanks, or hide artillery. So yeah, we both exchange comm towers pretty easily. No one's really fighting over the comm towers, we kind of know better. Maybe in the lower levels you fight over it, like Tornado Road, the noob trap, the comm tower, like, hey, lose the comm tower, lose the game! Like, no, not really. You can have the comm tower on this map, whatever, and then you're gonna eventually lose anyway, unless your opponent sucks. So yeah, not really worried about that. Everything's going according to plan so far. Put my artillery here. I'm like, yep, I'm gathering these 2 properties. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Finds my second vamonosing infantry. See, you can't go too late, or you get blasted. So you can't do it late. Brings his own artillery, and he knows how good they are. Build prophylactic anti-air. He's smart. This is Fyram. He's 1400. We were both ranked top 5. I think I was ranked 4 and he was ranked 3 at the time of this match. So we're both pretty high up there. The stakes are high, needless to say. I think we're both above 1400 at this point. So this is, I'm slowly getting over to my strong side. I'm going towards the middle more than him. He's all at the bottom right here. He looks like he's aiming for my base where I'm... See, I'm looking for the winning by the middle. He's looking by the overrunning my one base side. So there's a divergence in things right here. However, I made the mistake of moving my artillery up here for some reason, I think to protect that infantry, but I already have tank backup anyway, allowing him to capture that property pretty safely. And he knows it because he has a recon, he can see quite surely everything in the area. And I do not have control of the mountain like he does over here, so that was kind of bad for me. I have no idea what's going on with that vision. Now I'm just spamming tanks. I'm like, oh shit. And I keep my recon alive. I could have attacked there, but I knew there would be a tank there anyway. So, you know, as you get better at this game, you see you attack free infantry. It's not really free. Unless you have backup from a tank, which I did not. I would only attack if I had backup from like 2 tanks to kill off the tank that killed my recon. You know, the cycle of life. So, not giving away free recons. I love my recons. I treat them with respect, dignity, you know, all the good stuff. And plus, if I have in the middle here, I have vision of this infantry right there, and I have a lot of tanks, and I have a lot of attackers. He's not going to capture that property easily on my watch. Yeah, now he gets his property for free, and he puts a little infantry wall, and everything is all great. And he gets the property, and I can't do anything about it. My artillery can't even shoot anything. He builds an artillery on his weak side too, which is a welcome for me. We both are kind of misplaying building artillery on our weak side. I give a blast to the tank, because it showed itself. Recon goes in. I'm winning in the middle. He's winning at the bottom. So it's kind of like, all right, whose strategy is better at this point? Is mine the better one, or is yours the better one? So it's kind of, maybe if you see what the result is, maybe you change your plan for the game. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm getting scared. I'm seeing all these units over here with the mountain view. I'm like, artillery, recon. I saw a tank there earlier. There's probably an anti-air. There's a shit ton of infantry. They're going to start capping all these things down here too. So I built a battlecopter just to be safe. And then he just starts plowing through. He kills off my infantry with anti-air, then plows through, attacks my artillery. And he's just going on all fronts. Now, I don't really agree with the top side attack right there. I think I don't know. I don't like attacking on all fronts at the same time. He's attacking bottom. He can't really attack bottom and top at the same time. But he does. And he's winning the bottom war. He's destroying my team. My artillery can't fire back because he has an artillery right there in the forest. My infantry sees all of this. So I have to be aware of all this. And then he builds more. He's going crazy on the bottom here. Like, I'm going to be overrun if I don't do something quick. This turn I'm like, bring it on, biznatch. I think I see the artillery, or the anti-air right there, but I'm like, I need to YOLO it and just like, I hoped for the kill there and I got it because I didn't want it to repair. And I'm just like, sending all my crap to defend. Still winning on the top though, you know, I'm getting some free kills. I decide not to sacrifice that infantry to the cap. Just getting some nice free kills via infantry and tanks attacking. So it's going well on the top. It's a tale of two sides, a tale of two cities. And I'm doing pretty good on the top and being destroyed. Actually winning on the top and the middle and just losing the bottom. But I build more tanks. I think I can be okay, right? Well, there's a little tricky dicky thing you can do on this map, which I'll show you quite shortly, which sucks a huge one. He destroys my artillery, destroys everything, and then he freaking puts his infantry right there. So my tank cannot move now. It is blocked. I can't get in there. It's completely blocked unless I kill this infantry, and I cannot kill that infantry. My tank is in a prison cell, and it can't do anything. It is useless. And I was bringing his in artillery, so he's going to be like, all right, you can just sit there, tanky, and then, bow. So this is not looking good. One more turn, and it's going to be base locking me. So I am in dire straits right now. This is not looking good. And he's killing off my vision. Luckily, I still keep it alive. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, I'm losing here. Let's escape. Run. I'm Andy. Let's heal the units. And I'm like, okay, well, if I'm going to lose there, I'm going to go balls to the wall. I'm like, I know he doesn't have vision. I know he doesn't have a recon. So I'm like, he's not going to see my artillery here. So I'm going to get a nice pot shot on off it. He might attack my infantry right there, but I'm going to blast it to smithereens because he has no vision. And even if he does fire on it, the next turn my tanks will just make it disintegrate. So, feeling pretty good about the top. And I'll defend it anyway, in case he wants to tank back up. I hide my infantry over here, hoping for a super later to bring it to 7 HP and, like, kill off this infantry. And then the tank busts free and everyone's happy and escapes and they live happily ever after. Yeah, that doesn't happen. That tank is... He's in for a tough time. And I'm like, all right, you're going to base lock me? I'm going to base lock you too, biznatch. Bring it on. But I'm winning the center. What's good? Winning the income war. Let's go. Not for long, though. So, yeah, I am completely base locked there. There is, I can't do anything. Luckily for me, he attacks an infantry with his artillery. Like I said, he had no vision. I'm a slitherer. I know you don't have vision. I'm going to slither around and do some bad boy stuff. So you better watch out. Goes the medium tank is like, oh, hell no. You're not overrunning my one base side. I'll overrun yours. I'm like, oh, shit. I don't see it yet, but I'm going to be like, first. Yeah, I don't really have an answer for that medium. And any blocks back here. So even with the super, I cannot free that tank. That tank is just 100% deady dead. And I think I'm trying to go for the super charge right here. Kaplowslers. I kill off that infantry of the tank. That tank is just dead. Start attacking shit. Bring it down to 1 HP. Bring on my hyper repair. Yeah, buddy. 7 HP in the corner. Let's go. But I'm winning on the top. That's my only salvation right now. Winning in the top and middle. But I'm about to be down quite a few bases. I'm just retreating. I'm like, yeah, it's a lost cause. I'm not building anything. I'm like, and yeah. Mr. Fyram, he has the income lead now. Now he has 21,000 to my 19,000, which sucks. Even while I'm winning the middle, and yeah, ouch, ouch, ouch. And everything down there is his. Everything down there is his. Even this running away tank, it lives, but like, at what cost? And then this freaking medium tank comes in, barrels in, blasts things. Luckily, I have good defense due to my superpower on a city. But yeah, this is... And he builds another one. How do I base lock 2 medium tanks? A neo tank, baby, that's how, yeah. So, I'm like, alright, you're base locking me, I'm base locking you, biznatch. Let's get it. So, I'm doing my thing. So, I start capping the airport. I don't want to get airport locked, by the way. He can build a stealth, and if he denies this airport right here, I have no answer to a stealth. So, I'm freaking the flop out. But, I got my Neo, I got my Golfies. I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, hey, man, I got an infantry too, bro. What are you going to do about it? But he has backup, so he can blast these things out of the way. So I'm a little concerned about that. I'm quite concerned. I have to protect my artillery at all costs. So I bring in my infantry. I'm like, I hope someone takes the bait and attacks the capping infantry. I hope he doesn't interrupt this airport over here. And yeah, he's got a big threat. And now he's up 22,000 to 18,000, and it's not looking good for me. Because he's holding down the fort on this weak side. And he's in the middle now. And I can't interrupt that because there's an artillery there. And soon to be another. So it's not looking good. And he stops my airport cap. And I was considering resigning on this very turn. But I didn't. I'm tenacious. I don't give up like that. These two things, 100% coverage for that infantry. There is no interrupting that infantry. My tank knows better. He's seen these tanks kill off his brethren. This tank is not going in there to kill anything. Trust me. I know when I've lost a side. That's what makes good players into best players. You know when you've lost a side. You know when to give up. Not the game, but like a side. And you focus on your strong side. So I give him a little love tap. I go Kaplowsy. He doesn't see my Neo yet because he has no vision. I'm just like surrounding these things with like weak tanks and infantry. I'm like, maybe, you know, whatever. I know his tanks are over there, so I'm like, free kill for an infantry. Start capping. That's not happening. That's not happening. I built my own big boy. I'm like, okay, I see 3 tanks. You know the deal. 3 tanks, medium tank, big brain. So I blocked that medium tank in. Now I got 2 freaking artilleries staring him down. 2 medium tanks. I'm feeling pretty good. But, something strikes me this turn. Well, you'll see why. Mr. Fyram, he's flush with cash. He's got $32,000. And you know what happens when you're trying at all costs to defend a side and you have $32,000, right? I'll show you what happens. A freaking mega tank. A mega tank. Do you know how much damage an artillery does to a mega tank on a city? 12%. 12 freaking percent. You know how much damage a Neo tank does a mega tank on a city? I don't know, 20%? I'll show you the calcs, man. It is not looking good. It is not looking good. And he's got a medium tank behind here and a medium tank over. Granted, this one down here, I'm going to blow it to smithereens, but like, that is scary. He's got unit count. He's got income. He has 4 bases. I have 2 bases. This is not looking good. I'm panicking. Another turn, I was like, should I resign? It's looking terrible, and he's capturing. Like, how do you win? How do you come back from this? It's just so ugly at this point. But I don't give up. I capture the airport. I capture the city. I kill that freaking little thing. Yeah, 12%. Take that. You like that? Good. I'll hit you another 12% next turn. I hope you're ready for that. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I block this thing in. I'm blocking everything. Yeah, I'm throwing in left and right, man. I only have 2 bases, but I stopped the cap. I saw you little tankies go over there. I got my medium tank back up here. I ain't scared of you. I got a super coming sometime in the next 2 turns, maybe. I'm feeling good. I got some weak tanks, but you know, I need to get maybe a bomber, a battlecopter, something to attack these, because he doesn't have anti-air. So I might be able to exploit this. Usually when I'm like behind or something, I find a way I can like exploit the situation. I'm like, so I'm probably not going to win that base, but I can make him pay for it. Yeah. So, anyway, he kills off the 2 infantry. I'm like, alright, I got 2 more infantry coming right your way, boy. Brings in his hyper repair. Everything is strong. Everything's dandy. It's killing off everything, right? And it looks like he's about to cap that. Cap that. This is looking scary over there in the corner. Yeah, you're not winning against those 2 right there. Artillery actually pretty good on the fringes here on these forests. It ensures you get the dock, so artillery good there. So Max is good in this map just because of the center, but typically artillery is so good on this map. I usually pick Eagle or Olaf. Artillery king. And he doesn't see any copters, but this guy, like I said, Fyram. You know, he knows what he's doing. Prophylactic shit. Knows in advance what to expect. He's like, saw I got this airport over here. He's like, yep, probably gonna kill that anti-air. Build some battlecopter shits. I don't have enough for a super. Look at that. I tickle that thing. I freaking tickle it. Tickle. And if my tank attacks that, I think it would do like 3 damage or some shit. And then I lose like 8 damage. Like maybe I'll show a calc or some shit, but it was insane. Oh, by the way, I used the power, not a superpower, excuse me. So that was a little strange. I was like, why are you using the power, bruh? That was a little strange. I didn't really understand using the power right there, I guess just to heal things up. I don't know. I start attacking this tank right here because I want to get enough charge for my super. And I get it. This was my savior for this turn because I would have definitely lost. So I have some counterplay here at least. And if I have counterplay here, I can survive. So I'm able to get off some nice hits. And this is scary, but I have more units over here. And I can swing these 2 tankies over here as backup. So he's got to retreat here. He can't fire on this. If he fires on the... I mean, he's Fyram after all, but he can't fire here. He's got to run. And yeah, I sack some more infantry. I get trapped because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Build a battlecopter. Actually, I do know what the hell I'm doing. Put an infantry here to block any anti-air trying to come through. And my plan, keep firing on the mega tank and the medium tank. So the plan was, keep him alive. Keep him alive. It's fine. You can have the base. But a mega tank, you know how much that costs, right? 28,000 buckaroos. Medium tank, you know how much that costs, right? 16,000 buckaroos. So if I do 2 damage to each of those things, mega tank, 5,600 in repairs every turn. Medium tank, 3,200 in repairs every turn. What's that? 56, 32, 9,800? Something like that? Yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice. Or 8,600, excuse me. So yeah, 8,600 in repairs. That's more than a tank every single turn. And I'll be draining that every turn. I can give away an infantry. I'll be losing on the unit count. He's got 4 bases. I got 2. That's fine. But I'm a sapping freaking 9,000 year funds every turn. I might have a fighting chance if I can sap that much funds. So I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm going to go for the big boy strategy where I bring big beefy units, neo-tanks, medium tanks, bombers, whatever. He'll have the units. He'll have tanks, anti-air, recons, but he won't have the money, so he'll never be able to tech up. So I'm like, I'll just have the big beefy hitters, drain all his funds, and make him pay for putting that mega tank. You build a mega tank versus me, you're going to pay. I'm looking at you right in the camera. You build a mega tank versus me, you're going to freaking pay. And he quite literally does pay. I make him pay the price. He attacks my medium tank. I don't agree with that. I think you should go for the kills on the tanks here because I'm just going to get a hyper repair later and save that. So That part didn't really make too much sense to me. But he fired. I mean, they call him Fyram, but those are 2 dead artillery right there. There is no hope they are alive. Really going hard on this property right here. I mean, joint capped it. He has the numbers. I mean, look at the infantry count. I mean, the unit count, 25 to 19. He's winning in all the categories. Winning in income, winning in bases, winning in unit value, winning in income. Just winning in everything, right? But that was a dumb mistake, so that kind of kept me in the game a little bit longer. I got a nice luck roll on there. Did 2 damage instead of 1 that turn. Copter comes in, does 2 damage right there. 8,800 business. Let's get it. The number keeps changing every turn. I forget what the numbers are. I'll put it on the screen or some shit. Yeah, so boom, 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 boom. Kill off 3 artillery in that turn. So that's nice. Still really far behind off. I'm still losing in all the counts, but I had a good turn. Lived to see another day. I got medium tanks. I mean neo tanks. I got medium tanks. Got 1 medium tank over here, and those are all tied up. Look at that money. 10K. Oh, poor thing. Ahead in thing, but I still have more money every turn. Poor thing. And would you... Oh, look at that. Commit suicide. That's how much the income drain hurts. I made him pay 16,000 early. He commits suicide on that medium tank. Suicide. However, the mega tank's still there. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to give him 9K drain. I'll give him 5.6. Whatever. Let's do it. So he commits suicide. I mean, suicide's not the answer. Unless it's advanced force. I mean, that one game I had versus Monty Mole or whatever, like, it works. And actually, I think that was the right play. To be perfectly honest, because I was going to keep draining him, and he was going to have 10K every turn, and I'm going to have 16 to 18,000. So, yeah, he's trying to trap my Neo Tank, but he doesn't have any big units because of all the money drain. So I'm like, and he's trying to compensate with artillery because he doesn't have the big things to kill my Neo Tanks and medium tanks. He can't afford bombers, he can't afford medium tanks, he can't afford neo tanks. The only thing that can kill them, really, are like battlecopters and artillery, which he doesn't really have. So he only has artillery. And now I'm trying to cap this back property. I do a couple more damage. Swing the battlecopter around. Keep these things in place. I mean, I could move this 1 HP infantry, but then you can move this here and build another, like, anti-air or something or other. So I wanted to keep it, like, locked into place. Like, it can't do anything except literally, like, fire on an infantry. So I still massing my units in the middle, killing off his weaker units with my stronger units, getting some free kills. So it's basically become a game of my big beefy units versus artillery and just crazy unit count. I built an anti-air because I'm expecting him to build battlecopters now to deal with my big things. Has hyper repair, so this thing is not going to die. Because it literally gets healed 2% or 2 HP every turn, and then 5 HP every like 4 or 5 turns, just to do the freaking Super CO powers. See, that artillery is a pain in the ass. Like, I'm like trying to stop him from getting this port over here, but that like artillery planted there is so key. Starts killing off a lot of my units. I'm not happy about that. But I'm getting close to my own hyper repair. And I got a big beefy neo tank or medium tank over here that he hit to 5 before. Remember, you got to finish off units if you're facing Andy. This part scares me. Our anti-air over here, and he's capping the freaking airport. I'm like, am I losing again? After fighting all that shit, am I losing right now? I mean, I put up a good fight or whatever, but like, building more artillery. And he's ahead by 6 units. Which is basically 25% more of his army, which is crazy. But I'm getting close to my hyper upgrade. I'm like, okay, I used it. Did tickle it again with 12 damage or whatnot. Attack with my battlecopter. I guess my battlecopter won't die either, but it's running out of ammo, to be perfectly honest. I only have 2 shots left. And actually, my artillery is also running out of ammo. It only has 1 shot left. That's how useful these artillery are. They're just firing every turn. I think they start off with 7 or 8 shots, and they're already down to 1 on this one right here. This one has 4 more shots. So, yeah, I don't know about that anti-air there, but it's looking rough. But I can't let him airport lock me. I'm like, whatever, I'll sack the infantry, whatever. It's cool. But I get a nice, sweet hit off and blast the medium tank, so that kind of salvages. Like, I'm running ahead in the unit value right now. I had a really good turn, healed up a lot of units. My units are stronger. However, he has some anti-air that are going to quickly deplete all that money. However, he can't really beat these 2 units here. He only has artillery. Like I said, doesn't have the funds for other things. With the funds drain, he can only build artillery. That's the only way he can kill my big units, artillery and battlecopters. And I'm well prepared. I got anti-air here. I think I'll build some more later. So I know his MO. Build a recon on the weak side. I don't know what's to come over here. I see these 2 things over here. I'm getting a little worried about it. Brings his infantry up. So I know there's artillery on the way. I mean, I see one with my bare eyes right here attacking my tank. I'm glad my tank's alive, so I have vision of the the artillery, and also so I can heal that to 6 HP once I get my next hyper upgrade. Tickling it again, get a nice little roll right there. Does my battlecopter still have any ammo? Yeah, it's 2 more shots. So I do not want him to have this port. I'm sacking those units because I know the artillery is gonna like demolish me, but. And luckily, he put his battlecopter in good range. I'm glad. See, recons are so key on this map. If I didn't have vision, I wouldn't have known about that battlecopter. Yeah, but I'm like, no, you ain't getting that. Neo tank, I could kill a tank with it, but instead, or kill an artillery with that, but instead I'm like, I don't want to have any more income lead. He's already got 2k income lead and 1 base income lead, so I need to have that money drain really impact him the most and make him starve. Kills off a lot of tanks. The artillery spam is real. Like I said, that's all his hope to kill my big units. I know it. I know what to expect. Kills off my recon, kills off my infantry over there. It's not looking good over here. And I built artillery. I didn't think I needed one over here at this point, but I wanted to lock down this port or lock down this property. I want to make sure this artillery, or this HQ, I was getting pretty scared. I saw all these units over here. I thought an HQ cap might be coming. But I know where his artillery is, and I'm playing around it. I'm getting some free infantry kills. I control the center for the most part, though. That's really key. I have to replenish this artillery's ammo. It's not injured or anything. I just need to replenish the ammo because of how effective it's been. Also, this battlecopter has 1 more shot, and it's at 6 HP. So I built another one. Put my medium Neo tank right here so he can't kill it off. I think I moved my infantry down 1 space, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, this Mega Tank, it's getting close to the hyper upgrade, though. So I cannot... If that thing escapes right now, I think I'd lose. So I cannot allow that Mega Tank to get fully healed and escape from that trap. Because he's starting to push up. Let's not kid ourselves. Like, I had some good trades or whatever. But he's pushing up with more units than me. He has more units across the whole map. If he keeps pushing and pushing and somehow intervenes over here, it's game over. I'm kind of on the clock right now. I mean, I'm draining him or whatever, but that thing's not going to die. It's going to take forever to kill. And I need to let my artillery rest because they're running out of ammo. My battlecopter's injured. Like, I need that thing dead before it gets to the hyper upgrade, or he's going to start pushing with all these units. Like, I know artillery are weak and all, but once you have a bulk number of 5 artillery versus a Neo tank and a medium tank, 5 artillery win every single day of the week. So, I'm on a timer. And he's still pushing with his infantry. They're still making caps. Look at this. We 3 kings. And, yeah, he's got unit count. And I can't... I need... If I go attack here, I need to kill at least 2 of those. Which I can't really do right now. And, yeah, he's close to breaking out. Look at this hyper upgrade. It's getting really close. I'm starting to panic a bit. Bring my artillery back. Battlecopter comes in, does some little damage right there. I know not to attack. I've seen the scary artillery. They're scurry. I'm locking down the port over here. My Neo tank is in range, but luckily I'm getting, you know, close enough where I can heal it if he gets off the shot and does like 4 or 5 damage to my Neo tank. But another battlecopter, even though it's probably going to die. He's got 2 anti-air right there. He got the property though, and now he's up 4k again. But I still have the drain, so I'm still ahead on income technically, but I'm devoting a lot of units over here. So the thing is, I make him drain 5,600 every single turn, but I'm also, you know, expending like an infantry every other turn. My artillery are locked up there. They can't help in the middle. There's battlecopters that have to keep going in. So it's kind of, it's not that lopsided as you think. It's a good drain. I'm not going to deny that, but it takes a lot of effort to keep it there. So, and he kills off the battlecopter and kills off the other battlecopter. At this point, I was considering resigning this turn, and he hits these 2 right here, and I need to kill off that Mega Tank. because if I don't, I'm losing. Man, I fought long and hard. Like, I thought it did. It's day 23. Like, time has really flown by. And I thought I was really proud of myself, like, getting that far or whatever. But it's, how do you look at this? 4 artillery, more on the way. 3 units. 2 of them are completely weakened. I'm not quite at hyper upgrade yet. But I bring it down to 2. And I get a back roll. And it doesn't die. But I go for a luck roll, and I get it. I kill off the Mega Tank. I was so happy. I swear I would have resigned if I didn't kill it right there, because he's getting a hyper upgrade. It would be up to 8 HP. Because it would gain its 2, get to 3, then hyper upgrade to 8, and it would live to see another day, and it wouldn't freaking die. He would push up here, and he would beat me. So I was so relieved that that freaking thing died. Even though the income drain is gone, I'm just so happy it's gone. And my recons are good. You need recons, recon good. Now I see where I can get some free kills. Boom! And I'm getting close to my hyper upgrade. I see all these pesky little artilleries. I'm like, you know what? I think I can kill them. And this was a monumental turn. I had a good turn this turn. Blam! And I can reach up here and start capping. So he can't build another freaking mega tank or whatever he wants. Actually, he has a lot of... No, he doesn't have a lot of gold. But he could have built, I don't know. At this point, maybe he wouldn't have built anything, to be perfectly honest. But this was a good turn for me. I was so happy that I had the... Look at the unit value at this point. I have double the unit value as him. Granted, he's going to have a hyper upgrade. But still, I have double the income or unit value because my units are so big and bulky compared to his smaller units. So that was a clutch turn. However, it is far, far from being good for me because there is a push on my HQ. And I'm all the way over here. All my units are tied up over here. Half tied up here, half tied up to here. So I see those things, I'm like, sound the red alert. Sound the freaking red alert. And he's ahead in him. 4K. And now I can fully enjoy the 4K of income. It's not just, drains 5,600, he has less income than me. No, he has 48K income advantage over me. And yeah, and he has unit count advantage. Unit count advantage and unit income advantage. However, I have the unit value advantage. So it's a 2 versus 1, and I'd rather be in his position having more units, and I'd be in his position having more income. However, you take what you can get. And I have a pretty damn big income, unit income number, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Start consolidating my forces. I build a beefy bomber. I'm like, you know what? He's going to start building big, beefy neo-tanks, mega-tanks, what have you. Once that thing's dead, the income drain's gone, he's gonna be flush with cash. He's gonna have more cash than me. So I build a bomber. And also the thing about the bomber, you can't one-hit KO with an anti-air. You can bring it down to 2 or 3. Hyper upgrade, baby. Back down to 7 or 8. Still good as new, huh? So I kind of like bombers as Andy. Bombers and fighters, you can't one-hit KO them with anti-air. So I love bombers as Andy. So, however, there's a bit of a push, but I bring my recon boys. Beep beep number 1, beep beep number 2. You ain't passing, bruh. So, thank God for recons, am I right? And he still has his shit ton of artillery, but building more, man, he's building so many artillery. My God. But I'm getting close to the unit count, though. And I'm adding unit value. And now I'm, like, threatening down here. I'm like, I want those properties, man. I'm feeling good on this side. I just won that up there. I got a base nearby. I got a whole shit ton of strong units. You got artillery. They're not going to be able to come up here and stop me. That one's mine. You're not stopping that. That one's going to be trickier. You can base lock it. That one's going to be trickier. But I'm getting that one at least. And then we're going to be equal on income. So I bring a lot of artillery or anti-air because I'm like, yeah, he's going to start spamming shit now that he has money. So I build a death ball. And I give away free tank. Because I should have had a recon. Both my recons are over here. I probably should have had one over there. But, the beep beep police, they got to be doing their thing against infantry. So. And he doesn't kill off the tank because he just has a bunch of artillery and anti-air. Like, look at this beautiful baby neo-tank. 4 shots left. 18 fuel left. That neo-tank paid for itself. The artillery, neo-tank, Best Buy gift card. Circuit City gift card for the neo-tank. Circuit City. We don't play around here. So we're doing good on that. In the unit value, my units are doing a lot more damage bang for buck. His, not so much. I'm making the most of my little boys. They're fighting hard for me, man. And then I'm about to lock some artillery down here. And this forest is a beautiful artillery forest. Once you get artillery in there, he has the same idea over here. Gets artillery there, that is his. I want my artillery here, I want that's mine. I also want my artillery in this forest here to do the same thing he did over here to take the dock. Oh, I was lying about being equal on income, actually behind 4,000, even after capturing this base. I forgot he got the dock. So he's still ahead on income, which is whatevs. But I'm like, YOLO! Start going in offensive. My Neotank's running out of fuel. I need to like get it on a city soon or some crap. But yeah, you're not interrupting that. You can try, but you're getting blasted to Kingdom Come. Build a T-copter, because I'm like, that dock has my name on it. That dock is mine. I'm bringing this T-copter. I'm going to start ferrying infantry. I need to get my unit count up. I'm ahead in unit count. I'm ahead in unit count. I'm ahead in unit value. Behind in income. 2 of the 3. Way better than before. I was losing all 3. Then I was losing 2. I'm just losing 1. So, yeah. We in it. But now he has a counterattack. Goes for my copter. Doesn't kill it, though, which is pretty bad at Andy. This is... I don't really agree with this attack, because... you need to kill off units. These 2 units are going to come back to bite him right there. And I will be able to kill off his units. You see, he's the bomber, though. And he has 2 anti-air right there. 3 anti-air total. So it's not a free hit on anything. So I come in. Free kill on that. Free kill on that. 2 easy bombers just disposed of. Body bagged. Bring the recon in. Beautiful. I see what's going on. Nothing big over there. So I'm like, okay. Nothing big. Shift my artillery in the forest. Lock down that city right there. Let's start killing shit. Bring in the recons. I love bringing in the recons and having big beefy units that don't have vision, like Neotanks and medium tanks, because they do the movement for them and see what's going on. So I like the combination. If you have 20,000 income, recon, medium tank, for a 2 base that is, 2,100 for 21,000 for a 3 base. So I'm getting some kills. However, got a bad roll right there that I think there was like a 25% chance that's not a 1-hit KO. So I got a little unlucky, but you know, that's life. Decide not to go balls to the wall here, which is smart. I mean, he's going to have a shot off on the medium tank, but I don't think he has a way to kill it off because, you know, not enough artillery in range. So now he's getting his artillery in the fabled artillery forest over here, this 4 death ball-y forest, and trying to get that property. We're at turn 28, by the way. This is a long-ass game. This is a long-ass game, and we're not near done. So, starting to consolidate. Now it's starting to look a little scary. Look at all that. How do you break through that? And he has the port advantage, so he's ahead on income. If he just holds this position for long enough, he's going to beat me. So I can't really just be complacent, like, oh, I'm currently winning in unit value, right? Yeah. No, I need to punish him while I can, because he's going to have more income than me eventually. He's got, what, 2k income advantage right now? No, I need to start pressing. I'm about to equalize it with this property, though, but he's about to equalize it with that property. So it's like, you know, back and forth. Now I'm like, yeah, I saw what you did over there in that forest. Yeah, I'm putting my artillery there. I'm getting that port. Ahoy matey, I'm coming. That was really weird. I don't know why I said ahoy matey. But yeah, so I discover the first of the artillery forests. I'm like, nah. So luckily I was able to kill 1. However, let's be honest. This Neo tank is 9, but it lives such a nice life. It got like 6 shots off. If one of you wants to calculate how much damage it did a shit ton. Same with the artillery. They did a lot of work. 7 fuel. Starts off with 99 fuel. It's down to 7 fuel. It's only fitting that it gets killed in battle rather than running out of fuel. That was a beautiful Neotank. You Neotanks haters out there that build your medium tanks and whatnot, let this be a lesson to you. Neotanks can put in work. That was a beautiful Neotank. Now I'm starting to shift over here. I'm like, yeah, I got this over here. Feeling good. Now I want to get this property, and I want to get the port back. He's like, oh shit, I'm out of position. I have all my artillery. I can't just shift over and attack like tanks. I have to be like slow, move, then stay, then shoot, because it's artillery. Me, on the other hand, I have like barely any interacts except over here. I can just move around, freely attack shit, move the other side, You know, front switch, whatever, man. I don't give a shit. So, see these weakened units? Yeah, they're gonna come back to bite. That's the beauty of Andy. So he kills the Neotank. $75 Circuit City gift card. Maybe even a Blockbuster gift card too, if I'm feeling generous. And you see, he's slowly, but he can't. Like, that is mine. How do you stop me from getting these two? Like, they're all the way over here. Like, builds medium tank. Now he's starting to tech up. Now he's got 3 medium tanks. He's got the funds now to catch up. But I got some plans. I got a T-copter ferrying in shit. I got an artillery over here. I'm preparing to cap that. I know there's some shit over here that's scary, so I don't even know if I go in that forest tile. Look at this. Medium tank has 11 fuel. Look, my units are getting so much more value than his. That's kind of what's the difference maker, keeping me alive to this point. My units are getting a lot of bang for their buck. See, I give it a little rest. You know, get fueled up, buddy. Bunch of weakened shit over here. Bound to be good next turn. And he goes in for the kill. He pops his hyper upgrade. Starts going in for the kill. Starts killing a bunch of shit. But he doesn't kill this tank, thankfully, which allows... He would have been able to move his artillery into that forest thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he would... Actually, he would not have been able to get in that forest anyway, so it didn't matter as much. But, look at this ball over here. Look at all these artillery medium tanks. Like, you don't want to attack into that shit. Kidding me? So... I popped my hyper upgrade. All my shit's, like, healed. But I'm sticking over here. I'm like, you know what? I see those scariest things over there, but, I'm just gonna be chilling. My bomber comes in. I kill one of the anti-air, because I figured he only had one. I kind of made a mistake there. However, he's not gonna be able to one-shot it, like I said before. It's gonna live. So, it's far from dead. Build another Neo tank. We saw how well the first one did. Gotta build a second one. Come on. Day 31. My god, this game is long. I think the average game length is like 17 turns, maybe? So we're getting near double that. So now I'm being on recons. I'm like, I need vision. And I was going to save up for a bomber, I think. I think I was going to build another bomber. I was feeling bombers. I saw the medium tanks. I'm like, you know what? Let's build a shit ton of bombers. They can't be one-shot unless he builds a fighter, which I highly doubt. So I was just bombing it. Doesn't kill my tank. Lives. Down to 3. It's going to be back with HP, man. If you don't kill off a bomber, it's going to come back and hurt. So he, can't really push forward with the artillery. It kind of restricts you a bit. I'm like, alright, you can't stop that. And next, I'm coming for the airport. So you gotta watch out for that. And my Neotank comes in. I know there's some shit there, but I'm like, whatever. It'll live one hit. So I'm not going balls to the wall and fighting into that, because I know there's a shit ton of artillery. I'm like off on the fringes, getting some free kills where I can. I'm slowly shifting to defend this airport push over here. Slowly pushing towards the center with these infantry as well. Finally! This is like where I was feeling really good. It's like, finally got an artillery in that forest. The artilleries are so good in these forests right here. My god, like, you can't do anything. You're not going to stop this. Once you have these two things right here, artillery, plant something next to it is so hard to dislodge them. My god. So, remember that thing? It was at 2 HP? Not anymore. When I said I wasn't going for the belly of the beast, I lied. I was YOLOing it with my low fuel medium tanks. Kind of a dumb move, but I was ahead on unit count. Oh my god, I didn't even look. Double the unit count. Double the unit value. Ahead on income. What could go wrong? You were about to win, right? Yeah, we'll see. So he kills off my anti-air. He's bringing in his medium tanks. Shit ton of anti-air. He knows, he can smell the bombers coming. He's got 3 anti-air over here. He might even build another one this turn. He knows how much I love air units. Kills off some of my units. It wasn't completely painful, but now I'm bringing down the hammer. I'm like, look, I need to get that airport, and I need to start spamming stealth and shit. Need to start spamming stealths and shit. So I'm not really on the offensive. I'm like, look, I seen you got a lot of stuff over there. I'm not messing with that stuff anymore. Like, and I'm done with that. Start bringing the teching up units. Still keeping like medium tanks, bombers, big things. I have recons for vision. I don't really need tanks anymore. I'm just bringing infantry over here. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing there. Decided not to cap that. It felt a little too ambitious, which it is. Fyram goes over here, gets great vision from this mountain. I should have worked to deny the mountain, but now he kills off my bomber over here. Luckily for me, cannot interrupt the cap on the airport. That cap on the airport's looking good. Sees the the Neo tank though. Gets the hyper upgrade, and will this kill the Neo tank in the forest? Whoa, he does a little chip damage to make sure. Killed my freaking Neo tank. One thing to build a mega tank friend, but pre-pubescent Neo tank that hasn't even gone off 6 shots. The other one's fine. He was ripe in his old age. Pre-pubescent Neo tank, freaking murdered in a daycare. Brutal. I don't live with that. And then the recon and recon attack. I'm talking to my microphone again. You know things are getting real. That hit me the wrong way. And now he's going on. He's bringing in his artillery to back up. He's going in balls to the wall with those 3, but I'm getting close to my hyper upgrade. And there's a bomber here. There's a bomber there. I'm about to capture the airport. I'm ahead by 8,000 now. Ahead by 13 units. However, unit value-wise, we're actually quite close at this point. Which kind of is a little alarming. So I attack this over here to get some charge. I know it's going to get fully healed anyway. Get my recon in, see what's going on. Recon's are MVP of this. Man. Hyper upgrade. There we go. Boom. See what's going on with my recon. Boom. Bring in the medium tank. Beautiful. Die, you freaking thingy-majiggler. Doesn't kill that, but now it kills it. Murdering these poor little artillery going behind. Look at this copter. I think that was the one from over here at the beginning. My god, this copter is great. Remember that game I had versus Mangs? Where that copter did like ungodly amount of damage, like 22,000? This copter fired off 8 shots, spent like 77 fuel, and is still at 10 HP from the hyper upgrades. My units are getting insane value. Not just the medium tank, not just the Neo tank, this copter too, my god. And the artillery, they were down to like 1 or 2 shots. One had to refuel. It's still down here. The artillery, this one over here has 20 fuel. That's the one that was over here like half the game. It is crazy how much unit value I'm getting on this. And I come in and put a transport copter here because I wanted to get the mountain next turn. I start spamming units, but now I'm ahead 3 times in unit value. I'm ahead double in the unit count, and I'm ahead 8k in income advantage. And I'm like, F it, I'm going for the HQ. I'm feeling really good. Fyram doesn't give up though. He goes for a counterattack. He kills my weakened bomber that did some work, but he's not close to a hyper upgrade. He's trying to get some damage. And gets a hyper repair, which is just the power. You know, scrapping and kill some units, but like, where's iron? Even after taking a full turn, I'm pretty much double the income. Let's look at the stats right there. This is a pretty cool thing. Open stats. Whoa. Power used. And man, it tells you how many powers you used too. Props to Demon Hunter for that. 6 times I used that. And I think he used the CO power. So I generated a lot of funds. Yeah, there's a lot of kills and deaths. I killed a lot more. I built a lot more than deaths. Yeah, so interesting stats. I think he used the power twice, which is a little strange. Yeah, 3 CO powers, 4 super CO powers. So that was a little confusing to me, but man, that was a match. 34 turns. That is double the average turn length for a game. That mega tank, man. If I didn't kill that mega tank with a luck roll in the infantry, I think I just might lose. Because it was going back to 8 HP the next turn. And then he had the artillery over here. My god, but that HP drain, man. HP drain can be huge. Sometimes building a mega tank, building a medium tank when you're losing is not worth it. Sometimes you just need to know when you've lost a side and just let it go. I lost over here. Maybe if he just let it go over there. He was ahead in every category at that point. He had like a 2-3 turn advantage. If he just let it go, didn't even build a medium tank, build an infantry, let it have it. He had all his units over here starting capping things. He had more unit value, he had more income, he had more units. If he just like chilled, alright, you win yours, I win mine. Just go. But he would not go down with the fight, and he put so much funds. Not only that, so 28,000 to begin with, 56,000 every turn for like 10 turns. That is insane. 10 turns of 56,000, and there was a few turns of the 3,200 for the medium tank too. Like, that is a lot of money, and that's what kept me in it. Draining that thing, putting an infantry there, like he did the same trick to me. I couldn't get my tank out of there, and I was like, "Hey, I learned what you did to me. Oh, I'm gonna make it much worse for you." So that was a nuts game. So I think the lesson learned here. Artillery are freaking good for base locking. Recons are freaking good in general on this map. You need recons. And then sometimes if you're losing a front, it's okay to lose the front. It's okay. You know, you can't win every single battle. Sometimes you just need to let yourself lose the front, because I think he would have beat me if he just like didn't go all balls to the wall. Spend 100k over here in unit value. He spent 100k. 2 medium tanks. One committed suicide. The other one was killed. Mega tank is alive for 10 freaking turns, maybe more. I lost track of how many turns it was alive. It was like, let's go. Let's see how many turns that freaking thing was alive. I think it was like turn, oh man, 16? Yes, turn 16. Let's see when it died. 24. Okay, so it was 8 turns. I exaggerated slightly, but it's still a freaking long time. 8 turns. My god. Well, I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I hope you like the new Deejus Den. I'm sorry for the echo. I'll try to figure something out about it if it's bad. Let me know if the echo's annoying or whatever, or if you don't mind it, that's even cooler. But I hope you guys enjoyed this game. This was a nuts game. 34 turns, span multiple days. Fyram is an awesome dude. Alright guys, see you next time. Bye now.